Alright, so Black Clover Mobile has finally dropped patch notes for Black Asta. Lots and lots of confusion around this character because of the way they talked about how he's going to be limited for purchase with free currency. And it's now better explained. And there's also a trailer they dropped with some gameplay of the character, which we're going to be talking about as well in a second. Very hype character, our second festival. We obviously had Julius, which is making a comeback as well in the Korean version. So anyone wondering, there's obviously the Japanese and Korean version. They're getting Black Asta in 2 days time. And he looks incredibly OP. I will be talking about his kit as well. A lot of people are going to be asking, though, should I be saving for him already? It's a little long ways, although maybe not. If you don't know, I'm going to be making a video on this, but Julius is already announced pretty much. It was like mistakenly announced by someone that was sponsored by Black Clover Mobile Global. And now we kind of know that he's coming out in like 2 weeks on Global. Yeah, I'll make a separate video for that, like more in depth on stuff like that. But yes, Julius is coming for Global in 2 weeks time for Christmas. Very, 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 very short rest period between a must summon banner, which will be Noelle and Charmy. I keep forgetting about Charmy, even though she is OP. It's just that Noelle pretty much takes center stage because of how stupid the character is. But Julius is also like so stupid. So, you know, in any case, Black Asta, is he OP and what's up with his banner? So, it must be somewhere here, but yeah. The way Black Asta is going to work is, you know how in the game you have regular tickets and you have, you know, gems. And you use gems to buy the tickets. Or, you know, you get tickets rewarded for a bunch of activities in the game. Lots of stuff that you do in the game rewards you tickets over crystals. Now, Black Asta doesn't use regular tickets. So whatever regular tickets you're going to have saved up, you cannot use in his banner. But you can buy the special tickets with gems. I don't know where it says here. It says somewhere here. Only up to 20. So you can do a full rotation on his banner with free currency. But not any further. After that, only paid crystals can purchase these tickets. Very, very strange, I guess, way of doing it. It's still in a way that I think is not that big of a deal, considering I would say most free-to-play players would only be able to do one rotation anyways, because it's 20 multis, right? But if you get unlucky and you only get the guaranteed, because he does have pity at 20 multis, just like any banner, right? So you're gonna get him guaranteed with free crystals, no problem. So, you know, whenever this guy comes to Global, just keep in mind, any regular tickets you have saved will not work for him. You have to be saving regular crystals. In any case, you can pity him. So praise that you're gonna be getting some dupes on the way, but if you don't, you know, you're just gonna have to dupe him with dupe stones. And he is OP. Let's take a look at this trailer here. Let me zoom in real quick and pause the music so we can listen to the trailer actually instead. He looks really dope. Yeah, look at that. I love this shot. Right here, so clean. Yeah, so we got to see his skills. We had already been able to see his skills before. But yeah, Black Asta right there. Really cool. Really, really cool. And in a other post they had made before, we actually got to see his passive in action here. So you see how much damage he's doing here. So they show him attacking. Well, he does the ultimate, and you see he only does 20,000 damage, but he does an added 176,000 damage because how his passive works, or how he works in general. As part of his passive, he gets extra 10% damage increase for every 1500 defense. So you can tell this guy's packing a lot of defense here. Look at that damage extra he's doing. In any case, he is going to be such a strong character because just like if you play other gacha games that have characters like this, where not only they get a massive damage boost from a different stat, that means that they're gonna have that the other stat super yoked, right? Characters that, for example, scale with their HP stat instead of their attack stat means that you can just pull as much HP as possible on that character. So they're gonna be super tanky because they have so much HP, and they're gonna be hitting super hard. And like characters like that shouldn't exist, but they do. And the same thing with defense. Characters that heavily scale with defense mean they're going to be super tanky, and they're still going to do a lot of damage, and that's how this Asta is going to work. I assume. I mean, we're going to have to see him in game, but his skin is really interesting. He has this whole, if he has over X amount of health, he works in a certain way. Like if he has, it doesn't say the percentage here. Maybe it says in the patch notes. No, these are the patch notes that don't tell you what the character does, just there's a guy coming and is dropping this time. Hate these types of passives, or sorry, these types of patch notes. But if he has more than X HP, he doesn't have this buff. But if he doesn't have the buff, his card works a certain different way. For example, on his skill 1, if he does have the buff, then he gets an SP plus buff. If he does not have the buff, then inflicts HP recovery, disabling on the enemy. It's stuff like that. This is going to be a very interesting character to play with for sure. And it looks like he definitely will be stronger with the buff that he gets at having lower than X amount of HP. But even if he doesn't have it, then he's still very strong. So I'm very, very curious to play with him and stuff like that. I'm going to be maxing him out, or I'm going to be playing with a maxed out one for sure, at the very least. And that's going to be really, really fun. So I know majority of you, like 99.9% of you, don't play JP or Korea, you play global. But it's nice to know some of these other things that are coming up. So Knights Arena seems to be proper Guild Wars. So this game did not have Guild Wars yet, as there's guilds, right? There's the Knight, what's the name? There's guilds, right? But there's not much interaction between guilds. The guild wars that we had were pretty terrible. But now there's going to be proper guild wars. There's no, gameplay to see of this, but hoping it's good. There seems to be either a revamp of the current guild boss, which Global doesn't have yet. So, in the future, we're going to be having guild boss, and I have not got to play this because it came out after I quit the game, but I'm curious to see how it works. This boss is returning. By the time I quit the game, I still was already seeing like things about this, but I never got to play. Just, it's a boss returning. Like, we just got a boss on Global. There's other bosses as well that work, very, very differently. There's going to be free tickets given for Asta, so I believe they've already given a free multi for Asta. So technically, we don't need to have enough currency for 20 multis. And I guess we're going to get to see later how many tickets we're going to be getting for free, because there's an attendance celebration. So maybe they give another free multi. So it will be much, much easier with only 18 that you're going to have to buy with the free gems. Mini events, roulette and power consumption, burn time. If you played like the dice, it's one of those types of mini events, I'm pretty sure. So nothing crazy. Bundles, oh boy, do I love spending money in video game. A new gear transcendence system. If you weren't already very, very, very in love with grinding gear, evolving it, praying for good substats, enhancing with the little metal thingies. And then, you know, in the future, we're going to also get to re-roll the substats, which is another currency. We're also going to have transcending the gear, which I'm pretty sure just makes it so it gets an extra substat, and it also enhances the main stat a little bit. You know, 300 for, not 300, 200 and something for one stat is not bad, I guess. Christmas theme for the house. Okay. House. It's the the hideout. Freaking house. At least I didn't call it the boar hat. That would have been awkward. New dish, which who knows what it does. And I guess some random patches here. Some arena improvements. Stuff like that. Alright. So, in any case, this is going to be a big time banner. Global players need to remind that, you know, this is just dropping on JP, so don't worry too much about it, but I don't know, man. Global is going quick. They definitely want to catch up to JP in a rather fast fashion, so who knows? We might be getting this Black Asta sooner than we actually know. And with the seasons being, you know, brought up really, really quickly, you gotta remember that you got someone for most of the seasons. Season 3, you can skip. Like, that season is gonna be an easy skip for majority of players. But after that, all the seasons are really good. And then there's gonna be Asta. So be careful where you're spending your gems. I always, you know, I've been recommending this for Grand Cross as well since the inception. Make sure to save for banners that have value, and don't summon for banners that don't bring you much. Summoning for banners like Fauna might be good right now, but if you had saved that currency to pull way more for example, the season banner or for Julius, you're getting way more out of it. So, in any case, well, good luck.